Hey everybody, Danny Mod here. Thanks for joining us. This week, I want to try and help you increase your club head speed whilst at the same time keeping your accuracy. No point hitting an absolute mile if you're hitting it all over the place. Well, this week's training, I'm going to give you three very simple things that you can do right away to improve both of those factors. Before we do that, if you're new to the channel and this is one of your first videos, consider subscribing. If you press a little bell button next to the subscribe button, you get to receive videos just like this one every week so I can come and help you improve your game. So, how do you generate speed whilst maintaining accuracy? Tip number one, very straightforward. I see a lot of golfers forgetting that golf is a sport. A sport that is designed to be played with athleticism, no matter what age you're at. So many golfers stand to a golf ball wanting to hit longer, but they stand kind of like this with no energy in what they're doing. And if all you took from this one video was this one thing, it would already immediately increase your power. So what do I mean by this? Now, on the other side of this camera is you. I want you to imagine now for a second, we're gonna have a little game, right? And I'm gonna come running at you and you're gonna try and stop me. You're gonna grab me, right? And I want you to imagine, if I'm gonna come running at you here, if you're stood like this, I'm just gonna flatten you. I want you to imagine you're gonna stop me as best as you possibly can. Feel the energy that you would have in your legs, your body, if I actually did that. There'll be something there, wouldn't it? Now, this is two things. When you do this, you activate your entire body, and with that there, you activate energy, you activate your power, you activate the power from the floor. But the other thing that you're doing also is you immediately improve your overall balance. Balance is one of the factors. Not only does it lead to clearly power and how you use it, but the other thing about balance is it helps you make sure that you swing the club actually on a consistent arc. If my balance is all over, the club's going to be all over the place. So stage number one, just very simply, nothing complicated, just feel like you're going to hit the ball a mile. With kids these days, gone are the days where we're telling the kids to be steady, be easy. Now what we're telling them to do is, look, little Johnny, hit the ball as far as you possibly can. One rule though, stay in balance. This encourages a much more athletic approach to the game, no matter your age. Everyone can sense this. So that is tip number one. Get ready to play the sport that is actually golf. Let's now look at tip number two. So tip number two involves something that you do already very naturally. If you want to generate more speed and naturally fluidity and accuracy to what you're doing, you need to get this body separation. What is body separation? Well, you grab a ball here and you throw a ball, everyone does it. They actually do this. When they move forward with their lead foot, their arm goes backwards, so you create this stretch. Upper body goes one way, lower body goes another way. When you see somebody, in a sense, playing baseball, you get this motion here where the lower body's starting and then the upper body's going back. Same with the top players in the world in terms of golf. As they get into the top of the backswing here, they keep moving back as the lower body starts to go down. Way too complex for you to think about those things in real time on a golf course, but it'd be very handy to learn the feel of them. Because if you can learn the feel of them, you get, I get the idea of this. You'll be able to link it to maybe other things that you've done, whether it's playing tennis, where it's throwing a ball, and then go, now I get it. And it links to tip number one because it needs a level of dynamism. Without having athleticism in your golf swing, no matter your age, it's difficult to get these things happening. So what do you need to do? Well, the first thing to do is, I've just got an 8-iron here, and I suggest you start with a small club with this initially and head out to the driving range. Swing to around about halfway here, and then all you're going to do is very simple. You're going to get the sensation that you're going to turn towards your target here by pushing down on your lead foot, and as you do this, as you push down simultaneously, you go backwards with the upper part. So you're moving in opposite directions. And you're simply getting that sensation. What I'm personally feeling here is I feel like I'm pushing down whilst at the same time turning and rotating towards my target. When you're watching here, it is so subtle. And when I hit a golf ball, you probably won't notice any or very little difference between the two. And it's not about that, it's the feeling that you're getting. It's so tiny, but it's enough to stretch and then snap, okay? Let's have a look at this in action. Start very small. Most people, when they start this, when I'm coaching, they rush through this process. So take your time with it, get yourself set, swing back to about halfway, feel it, and then go. Halfway, then go. Good. Now let's go to number 3. Good one. Tip number 3 involves how you start your downswing. Now, what I'm going to teach you, you already do very, very naturally when you throw. You've got to look at keeping this energy stored in the swing for as long as you possibly can, and then learning to release it at the precise moment to generate maximum speed. Let me show you something. When you throw a ball, your hand stays up here. And then as you come through, it's then released at the opportune moment to generate speed. What do most people do in a golf swing? They get to this position here, to the top of the swing, and what they do is look at the butt here. They pull the butt down very, very quickly. What that does is as the butt goes this way, remember this is almost like a lever, as you pull the butt here, it fires the club this way. So the fastest point of the golf club is at the top. So your energy is going there when we need the energy down here. So what we want to try and do as best as we can is we want to keep this club here and the butt there for as long as we can to generate that extra bit of whip through the impact area. Now look at this. If you got to the top of your backswing and threw your arm, nothing's going to work with your body. And does that look natural? It doesn't. But imagine this. Grab a few balls, get a feel for this, and throw them down towards the ground, and notice how your hand always stays up until the last moment when eventually it's released. So how can you learn to feel this in your golf swing? Well, you get yourself set, and what I want you to do is just simply swing the club to the top of the backswing. And first of all, feel what most people do. Pull the handle down and feel how the head of the golf club wants to flow out that way. Let me show you from here. If I pull the handle down now, notice the head will want to throw. It will want to go quickly there. So watch this. If I now imagine that the head stays back a little bit here, but the handle takes, let's call it more of a scenic route. It goes this way on this arc, a wider arc away. That's going to hold the head back until eventually, look, it gets slung. Sounds complex, doesn't it? But it won't feel complex if you grab a club right now and just get the feel of this. Energy going too early, and now we're creating this circle here where the head holds back for as long as possible, and then we get that lovely whip through impact. So let's have a look at this in action. So I like to, in a sense, get the feel of doing it wrong first. Your body loves a bit of contrast. So get the sensation of swing it back, pull the handle down so you feel the head going too fast here. Then get the handle going on a more scenic road, so it's going away from you here, and the head is staying behind you. So then you're feeling, as I keep rotating, look, I then get that lovely whip through impact. So let's have a look at this. We're going to swing it back, rotate, and away we go. And that's one thing also to add with this final tip here is this. When you throw a ball, you're always rotating through the impact area. You're not just going down towards the ground, neither are you just rotating. There's a downward motion and a rotation. And one of the things that this does is it kind of helps you to do both those things. You've got rotation, you're leaving your handle up there a little bit, and then you're throwing it at the final moment. Let's have a look at one more of those. So swinging it back here, We're turning through. And then we're whipping through the impact area. So, 3 things we've done today, guys. Firstly, how do you generate more speed and accuracy? You've got to get yourself ready. You've got to get those legs completely ready, primed, get some energy in that swing. Simple as that. If all you took from this one video was that one thing, it would make a massive difference. Remember, you're playing a sport. You need to get ready to play this sport and generate that speed. It gives you balance as well, which will also give you the accuracy. Tip number 2 was learning to separate the upper and lower body. When you swing backwards and forwards, you know, you do it naturally when you throw. One part of your body, the lower part goes one way while the upper part is still going back. This creates that stretch, which creates a snap. Start slow with it. It's definitely a range thing, this. Swing to about halfway, feel that motion. You can just do this indoors. Feel that separation, downward motion, upward motion, and then hit a couple of shots. And third and final thing, take the scenic route with the club and the butt here. Don't throw the handle straight down because that will throw the club speed from there. Just get rotation coming through, you know, and holding that head just back a little bit, and then feeling the opportune moment to generate that speed through the impact area. Have fun with it, just let go with it. It's really, really natural when you do it. So, hope you enjoyed those 3 points. And if you did, maybe some of your friends could benefit from some training like this, please share this video. And of course, look, if it's one of your first videos, come and join me next week by pressing that subscribe button and the bell. But until next week, have a great golfing week.